Hello, I am Sherry Hart, school counselor at Alma Bryant High School.
And I'm Stephen Watts. I'm school counselor at Citronelle High School. Today, we want to take the opportunity to talk with you about some community resources that are available to you and your family during this time. So we know that for many of our students and their families, this pandemic has brought about some very difficult situations. We know that we have some parents who are not working like they were previously, and because of that, maybe your income has changed. And so there are some resources that are available to you and to your families. We want to talk about those today, and specifically food and nutritional resources where you can source nutrition as you move through this time and as we get through this time together. But we know that it's not just income and it's not just food that you need. There are also other needs where we've moved to a school at home situation. So today we'll talk about some additional learning resources for you and your family. Some excellent opportunities out there. MCPSS teachers are doing a great job teaching online as well as on TV. I know that many of you also have work packets. So some resources that we can talk about today to help you work through these learning experiences. And then finally, nutrition and learning resources, but the social emotional resources. This is a very tense time, lots of anxiety about the future, what is uncertain, what's unknown. So we'll talk today before we're done about some resources that are available to you to help you deal with your thoughts, your feelings as high school students and as families as we get through this time together.
So during this time, school counselors are used to working with our students every single day, Monday through Friday. So of course we miss our students right now. And I don't know if everyone understands that we're still available. We are still here at whether we're at our school or at our home, we're still available to be reached. So you can either email us, you can still phone us, reach us by phone. Many counselors have set up a Google phone number. The school website is an easy way to get in touch with us also, or by social media or Remind. Some counselors set up a Remind account before we left. And also the MCPSS hotline has a specific option just for counseling. So that 221-7777, option 4 is for counseling or the school counselors if you have any questions concerning that. So a lot of the resources we're going to be talking today, we are very grateful for the United Way 211 guide for Southwest Alabama. And this guide is found on the website lifelinesmobile.org. So we understand that this is a crisis that we have never in our lifetime been faced with before. So this resource guide is updated quite often. So please understand that some of the resources that we talk about may be updated by the time that you see this. So you can download this resource guide at any time on the lifelinesmobile.org website. Again, this is the website. Also, you can call 211 to find out about any of these services as well. The numbers are listed here. These are numbers that are available 24 hours. We don't expect you to remember these numbers. Of course, if there are any emergencies, you need to dial 911. But if there are other issues that you have no idea where to reach out to, the number 211 will probably be able to give you the number of where you need to reach. So for example, if you need to know about DHR and you have no idea what number to call, 211 is the number that you would call. There are other numbers up here too. If you have any questions and you have no idea where to reach them, 211 is where you would call.
What's important today, and we want you to take away from seeing all these phone numbers and websites, is that there is literally an entire community of people who are willing and waiting to help our students and families. We want that to be abundantly clear today. And so this entire guide that we've just shown you the link to, and it's also linked at the MCPSS COVID-19 landing page, is a comprehensive guide that Lifelines has put together, and we want that to be a resource. We want you to leave today's session with us remembering that there is a community of people who want to help. So we'll begin talking about food and nutritional resources. So if you're unable to provide food that you need for your own nutrition, there are a variety of sources that you can go to for that nutrition. Now, most of you already know about the MCPSS feeding program. It's been pretty widely publicized and has already helped thousands of our students. It is at 66 different sites, operates Monday through Friday for any student, any children 18 and under, and of course there's no charge. You just show up and you're given a lunch. So that will happen throughout the duration of our school closure while we are completing our online learning and blended learning environment. The next resource is hosted by the City of Mobile Parks and Recreation Department at, I think it's 8 different locations, so there are various locations. You will want to navigate to the City of Mobile's Parks and Recreation website to see those specific locations. There are youth centers, maybe some parks as well. They have a limited number of meals served Monday through Friday from 3 to 4 p.m. And those are free to anyone, so they are first come, first served. So you might want to be there at 3. But do check the City of Mobile's Parks and Recreation website for those resources so that you can see the very specific sites where those meals are served Monday through Friday. The Alabama Department of DHR has announced that now in the state of Alabama, you may use your EBT SNAP benefits for online grocery shopping at Walmart and at Amazon. So the way it works for Walmart, if you use EBT SNAP, you will place your order online for online grocery pickup. Once you pull up to pick up your groceries, the associate will physically have to swipe your card, and for any purchases that are not SNAP eligible, of course, you'll still pay the extra there. It's a great way to help with social distancing so that families can still get the resources they need using the EBT SNAP benefits. And then finally, Feeding the Gulf Coast. Now, this is the food bank that all year long helps families and students here in the greater Gulf Coast area. I want to navigate to this website. Of course, you see the number there, 1-888-704-FOOD, but I want to navigate to the website because this website has some excellent resources to help you find food and nutritional resources very near where you live. So I want to show you real quickly an example of how this might work. So if you navigate to the website, feedingthegulfcoast.org, once you get to the website, you'll see a Find Help option. If I can get my computer to cooperate with me here. Do you see that?
No.
Okay. So it looks like we might be having some difficulty in getting that technology to work for us.
Looks like it's wanting to come up, but
It's trying.
yeah.
So in the absence of being able to show you that website, what I do want you to know is if once you navigate to that website, if you click on the Find Help option, it'll bring a page for you to enter your zip code. Once you enter your zip code, it'll give you a list of resources around you. And so those resources can be anything from churches that have a weekly food distribution date to some child feeding sites where they have meals that are not necessarily associated with a school, the MCPSS feeding program.
They also have a Facebook page.
They
that
do.
People may be more familiar with and easier to find. So the Feeding the Gulf Coast Facebook page also.
And from there, you can navigate to the Find Help tab of their website. So if you want to find them on Facebook, that's an excellent resource as well. The point is we want you to know that there's an abundance of resources around you within the Gulf Coast region, but sometimes we know that finding them can be difficult, and that's what we wanted to show you here. If you use that Find Help tool, find them through Facebook, then you can get access to those resources. When you find the list from Feeding the Gulf Coast website, it'll tell you days and times that food distribution is available.
And with the food resources, at this time in our life, because people are running out of money, we all are. I mean, there's not paychecks coming in. Some people have gotten a stimulus check, but we have to pay rent or a mortgage note right now. It is okay to reach out and ask for food. So please use these resources as you need them. They are there to help you, even if you've never had to reach out for help before. Please do so at this time. We don't want anyone going hungry. That's why we really wanted to do this today and put these resources out here, because we're very concerned about our families, and especially our Mobile County Public School System families.
You know, Ms. Hart, one thing I know about myself is that sometimes if I don't have an answer, I'm reluctant to ask a question because I don't want to look like I can't figure it out on my own. But the truth is that there will come a time, and this may be that time for many of our students and families, where they do need outside help. And you're right, there's absolutely nothing wrong with asking for help and receiving it.
Many of us are just very vulnerable at this time.
That's
and
right.
The next
right.
person
You're not,
is just as
you're not
vulnerable
alone.
as you. So.
That's right. That's right. We're in this together, and that's how we'll get through it together, is helping each other.
Yes.
Now, we move to learning resources. I know that you have been thrown so many resources over the past week or two. Everything from paper packets to online instruction and making sure my internet works, and do I have the Google code that I need? And there's so much to learn. And parents have, I know at times you felt overwhelmed, and certainly students have. And that's something to remember here. Absolutely. The educators here they've stepped up to the plate. And so we realize that all of these elements coming together can be very frustrating. They can be confusing. And let me please remind you to give yourself some grace. You don't have to tackle it all in one day or even 1 week. We have some time. And again, with some grace and with some time, we'll get through this together. To support you in knowing what you need, in knowing that you might feel anxious and overwhelmed, we wanted to give you some resources that could help support your learning. Specifically, and some of you have seen this, our district posted this link to a website out for Homework Alabama. Now, for Homework Alabama, the website is www.homeworkalabama.org. This in itself can be overwhelming because there are multiple sections to this website. But the most important that we want you to see today is this first section called Homework Help and Academic Tutoring. They have 60 plus subject areas and topics that they cover with over 3,000 live tutors. Ms. Hart, this is free. Mm-hmm. So you're logging in as a student. Literally when you tell the screen what you want to study. So you want to cover, let's say I'm covering Algebra 2 Trig. Once you tell it that you're covering math and you need some help in Algebra 2 Trig, you will be connected to a live tutor who can help you with specific problems, who can assess where it is you are and what you need to move forward with whatever assignment you're working on. So that runs 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. You do not need an appointment. Simply log into the website, enter the form, what you need, and you'll be connected to a live tutor. The next piece that I think is really helpful, and because we're not in a physical classroom, I know that we may not be doing as much writing in most courses as we would if we were in class, but the writing lab and essay help. You can submit your writing to the Homework Help website, and they have about a 12-hour turnaround time. They'll help you with everything from crafting your style to sentence structure, grammar, and it's an excellent resource for your writing. Finally, self-study and test prep. I know that many of our students in high school will be facing some AP tests very soon. AP Central has done a good job with pushing out videos from experienced AP teachers, but this is another resource. The self-study and test prep section has some Great resources for AP testing, ACT, SAT,
ASVAB. I was
even the
impressed
ASVAB.
to see the ASVAB
That's right.
study guide on there, which I'm always looking for a good ASVAB study
Absolutely.
guide for those looking to enter the military.
That's right. So many of you'll be taking the ASVAB back in our buildings. That's what we hope and pray next fall. And so certainly some good self-study and test prep there as you go into the website. Finally, Career Academy. I loved this section. And maybe it's not what's on the top of your mind right now, but this section of the website, Career Alabama, is focused on helping you with interview skills, resume building skills, even some job location, job search. So not just careers, but job search tools within that website. So what can you do now to help yourself find a job as a high school student next fall? Some excellent, excellent resources. And parents, maybe you've been displaced throughout this ordeal and you're no longer working where you were. This could be an excellent resource for you. This last one here on this slide, Khan Academy, I won't deal with exhaustively. Many of you already use Khan Academy.
If you haven't, you need to go there because you would be, if you haven't seen it, you'll be surprised at what is there. It's
excellent
amazing.
Resource. Excellent, excellent resource. Finally, the Mobile Public Library, along with the Alabama Virtual Library. These websites here, mobilepubliclibrary.org, is issuing temporary library cards online. You can rent for free, so they cost you nothing. Ebooks, audiobooks. Canopy allows you to watch movies. Yeah, for that time you need some downtime. Absolutely free. And then the same for Alabama Virtual, ebooks and research material. This last one for our juniors and even our sophomores and freshmen who are beginning to consider what you'll do post-high school. Campus Reel has literally hundreds of virtual college tours. It's an absolutely awesome resource for my students at Citronelle. I know Ms. Hart, I'll be adding that to our guidance and counseling website. It's a perfect resource for exploring college options.
So we know that many of you during this time are feeling a lot of distress and just emotions that you haven't felt before. Being in the household with the entire family all the time is sometimes very stressful, and we understand that. There are some resources that are available 24 hours a day. That they answer text lines and the phone lines 24 hours a day. And some of those are local, so we wanted to let you know about those resources that are here. So the Disaster Distress Helpline at 1-800-985-5990, and we will post those for you. But that is 24 hours a day. Someone will answer that phone call. Lifelines Counseling Service is a local service here in Mobile County. Again, that's who put this resource guide together, and we're so grateful for that resource guide that you can also download. AltaPoint Health Systems is also local here in Mobile. Bayview Professional Associates. And if with alcohol and drug abuse, the Drug Ed Council, the Substance Abuse Hotline, the Salvation Army is still helping so many individuals, and the Waterfront Rescue Mission. If you are a parent or a caregiver of anyone and you are having emotional issues, some mental health issues, and you really think that you may need some assistance, this is a local service and you can text them. The text is monitored 24 hours a day, and that local text is to 51272-9231. Again, we'll put that information up for you, but that's an awesome resource for you to use, especially if you don't want to talk to someone, but you may just want to text and ask them to call you later. That's a great resource. And again, suicide is never, ever the answer, but we know that suicide ideation is an issue that many of us, or some of us, have to deal with. So we have included the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline on there also. So Mobile County Public School System Social Services, they are still operating, and they're working with the 211 to update the food pantry lists daily. So unfortunately, we have many students in our school system that face homelessness. And those students, if your family is homeless and you need help, call the MCPSS hotline at 221-7777 and choose option 4 for the counseling services, and they will get you in touch with student services. Housing First is still assisting those in need, and this is the local agency to go to if you are homeless and in need of housing. So again, if you don't have the internet and you need that help, call the MCPSS hotline and they can help you get that. MCPSS families living in motels that need food or other resources, again, contact Student Services at Central Office, or you can call that number and they will get you in touch with the right person.
Of course, we've covered the MCPSS hotline, and just a quick reminder of all the services that are available by dialing 221-7777, help with passwords, login, technical assistance, support for our senior students who are completing, K through 11 academic and curriculum support, counseling and guidance, iNow assistance, registration assistance, as well as support for those who speak additional languages other than English. We know, as we said at the beginning, that this is a stressful time, a very emotional time, a time where things are so uncertain. And we want to remind you that your school counselors, though we are not always physically together now, as we are when we are all in the same building, that we're still here for you during this time. As Ms. Hart mentioned at the beginning, you can reach any of your school counselors. They would love to hear from you and would love to assist you if you have a need. And it doesn't even have to be a school need. The truth is, we want you to be successful at school and in your school work. And if that means you have a need in your life, a boundary that you can't get around, we want to assist you in removing that boundary and overcoming that obstacle. So again, contact us by email. Those can be found from any school website. By phone, again, many counselors have set up special numbers that you can use to contact us. Check out the school website and the guidance and counseling page of your school website. I know at my school we have a Facebook page,
Yes.
and many.
Most schools have the Facebook page.
That's right. Many, and even some counselors from within that school have their own Facebook page.
Another useful resource right now that Mobile County Public School Systems has is the Academic Continuity Plan website. The link to that is from the MCPSS main website, the home site. You can click on that. That page has everything on there, all of the resources for parents, for students. It has the login information, how to log into Google Classroom. It has a parent video for you how to navigate that system for students also. It tells you, has a link to how to reset your password for your email. Just lots of things that parents have been asking, how do I do this, how do I do that? Everything is there. Again, go to mcpss.com and the link is right there, right when you log in.
We will get through this together. Your teachers, your administrators, your counselors, parents and students, we're here with you and we're here to support you. We're going to get through this together. Oh, there's my website, of course. We'll get through this together. You have lived successfully and you've survived and even thrived through 100% of your bad days thus far. We're going to get through this together. Ms. Hart, let's talk about next time. So the next time you see us.
That's right. We're going to be talking about the FAFSA and seniors. I hope that you will tune in to hear about the FAFSA.
And my juniors. That's
yes,
important for you next year.
But seniors, if you haven't done the FAFSA, if you haven't completed it, or you've been getting emails from your college about things that you have to update, make sure that you listen because we're going to tell you all about that.
Thank you for spending time with us today. We'll see you again soon. Be safe, stay healthy.
Stay well.